Good morning, folks. So, another late night last night. Yeah, I ended up staying up. Couldn't really get to sleep, so ended up staying up till pretty late, and I was actually watching something on my computer. There's a subscription streaming service. It's supposed to be about all sorts of, like, I don't know, it's I don't know how to describe it. It's basically like okay, so what it is it's Curiositystream. And I actually watched a YouTube video a few days ago in which a lawyer, so an actual attorney, was critiquing and analyzing the trial of Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones, and it was actually a really cool episode. So, but the episode had a sponsor, and that was Curiositystream, and I decided, what the heck, I'd take a look at it. And he actually had mentioned that there was a series in Curiositystream that that was specifically about essentially the real life Game of Thrones, and it actually talked about the historical conflict between England and France, and talked about the talked a little bit about the 100 Years' War and the War of the Roses, and it's pretty cool. And so I decided to take a look and see what else was on there. And there was a video about MC Escher, and that was pretty cool. Actually, I had mentioned that I wanted to do an origami episode of my hobbies. Well, I haven't gotten around to it yet still. That's probably going to be my next one. I got to figure out how I want to get things set up for that. But one of the books that I liked when I was a kid actually had artwork that was inspired by a famous MC Escher drawing. And the drawing was a drawing of two hands, and those hands were in fact drawing the other hand. So they were drawings of hands drawing hands. So kind of this cool thing. But it actually reminded me of this book that I had as a kid, and unfortunately I don't know whatever happened to it, and I haven't been able to find it in stores. But this is also, I actually do want to demonstrate one of the sorry, my allergies are still acting up. But I wanted to demonstrate one of the pieces of origami from this book, and I've got it narrowed down to a few, but again, I don't know where my copy of the book is. It's been missing for many years, and it's called The Folding Universe. Origami from Angelfish to Zen. It actually talks a lot about the sort of underlying philosophy behind origami, and I don't know, there's a lot more into it than I really got into. I would just say, "Oh, that looks neat," and fold it. As I said, I haven't been able to find a hard copy of the book, but I have been able to find on the internet where people had scanned it in. So I'll probably use that to actually demonstrate what I want. So anyway, I mentioned that the cover art was inspired by an MC Escher drawing, and the cover art for this is actually two hands coming out of a sheet of paper that is being folded. So it's actually pretty cool. It looks like two mannequin hands that are coming out of a sheet of paper that sort of, it looks like where it comes out is a sleeve, like a shirt sleeve type thing. And the book is by Robert Engel, Engel, in case you ever wanted to look it up. So I do hope to do that. I will most likely also do something that's a bit, I don't know if I'd say cliche, but I'll probably demonstrate the flapping bird. It's pretty it's a pretty rewarding model to fold, so it's pretty cool. Let's see here. I don't know, I may show some other stuff too. Again, I haven't really folded much in years, so I'm probably not going to do anything super complex. Although, one piece that I want to do is actually a bit more complex, but that's I did actually try it and I was able to do it still, so yay. So anyway, the Curiositystream, I was kind of taking a look around on there, and I decided to take a look. Oh, there's a show called Next World. Okay, kind of something about the future of science and technology type thing. Like what's just beyond today, that sort of thing. So cool idea. It's a bit dated though. There are it demonstrates that it mentions actually in the episode in a few different locations that the year's 2015 when it was actually originally recorded, and the first episode was about artificial intelligence and how awesome it is, and basically how things could be customized for you, and slow. Okay. And talking about artificial intelligence, okay, it's pretty cool. But, it's talking about how essentially information is uploaded to computers, and they do what they call distributed computation. So, it's AI. It's basically the computers talking to each other and figuring stuff out. And they talked about its applications in law enforcement and actually using it. So, very scary stuff. Very sort of Big Brother-esque. And it kind of scares me. They had a clip where this guy, this police officer, was told by his computer that he should patrol a particular area, and it turns out that it's an area that he ordinarily wouldn't have gone to ordinarily for part of his patrol, because it's not typically a high crime area. Well, there was a guy that recently got out of prison, and the police officer ended up going over to him and tried finding out what he could, and the guy had like an expensive bracelet or expensive watch or something. I can't remember. Something relatively expensive, and the police basically arrested him on suspicion that he was that he may have done something illegal to get it. And that very well may be the case, but you know what? That sort of stuff scares me, because you know what? It's real easy to get your information into a database. It's a lot harder to get it out. And if this sort of stuff is implemented, then that basically means that, that if you screw up just once in your life, that the cops can essentially hassle you, or if you are falsely flagged, so essentially a false positive, what they call, then that means that they can, they're gonna look at you funny from now on, and that's really not cool. So yeah, that show kind of, it's a bit scary. The second episode, actually, I watched that too, was about, essentially advances in medical technology and improving the length of people's lives, but also a sort of fountain of youth using something that they called NMN. It's kind of hard to say, but I don't think they ever actually explained what it was, what it actually is, but it's essentially something that they gave to rats that were, I want to say, like 20 plus weeks old, which is pretty old for a rat. And they gave them this stuff, and after treating them with it, the rats acted as if they were about 6 weeks old. So essentially the equivalent of going from like being approximately 60 years old as a human to being approximately 20, which is pretty remarkable. They also talked about the idea of nanomachines to cure things like cancer, where they would have nanomachines that would be able to target certain types of areas, certain types of tumors, and release potent medicine to kill off the cancerous cells while leaving the healthy cells perfectly intact. That was pretty cool, I guess, but some of the stuff on that show really scared me. And if you're curious about it, Next World on Curiositystream, if you're wondering if you've ever heard of it before, there was the guy who hosts it is a famous scientist and futurist that I used to see all the time on the Discovery Channel. Yeah, I used to watch the Discovery Channel a lot. But this guy's name is Michio Kaku. So I guess he's hosting that now. But yeah, this is not a sponsor. I can't do sponsors yet. But it is actually a pretty cool service so far. It is, I want to say it's $3 a month or $20 a year, so it's not too expensive. It's not going to break the bank. Yeah, I'll definitely hang on to it at least for a month or two and check it out and see if there's anything really cool in it. If anything, it'll give me ideas to talk to you guys about. So, but as I mentioned, I did stay up pretty late last night and was watching that. I was also playing Merge Dragons. So I'm wondering if maybe drinking my energy drink yesterday may have made it so that I I left my water at home still. Made it so that I was just not tired and stayed up really late. So what I'm thinking of doing today is not drinking energy drinks. I won't completely remove caffeine from my diet today, but I'll stick to Diet Coke. And yeah, in theory that should make me better, I guess. Make me tired tonight, which hopefully is the point. That way I can get to sleep. Again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the origami. I do want to get that in at some point. I just got to figure out where I'm going to get that set up and what specifically I'm going to do. Alright, well, I am just about at work, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Alright, bye. Oh, if you liked the video, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And feel free to hit that bell notification to make sure that you get any updates that I have for this channel. And I hope to see you soon.